Will be a pass interference on Kahuku.
Yeah, you know, I think Chev put a little bit too much air on this ball because Mitchell Quinn had Fonoimoana beat by 2 or 3 steps. And you know what? That's a heads-up play by that young cornerback. Take the 15 yards versus taking a touchdown.
This is what I like about this Kahuku secondary. Not only are they physical and they're aggressive, they got high football IQ. Kaniho recognized the situation. Either you're going to let Mitchell Quinn another highlight on his highlight reel or shut him down for pass interference.
I stand corrected. That was Kaniho on that coverage there. It's 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Shoving back to pass. It's caught by Pinocchi, and he goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line, gain of 11 on the reception. And that will be another personal line back first down, Coach.
Yeah, guys, just a great out route by number 11, Pinocchi, and just, again, another great throw. Chevin put in it where only the receiver can catch it. Great timing, great route, great catch, everything there working all together for a first down.
1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. Chevin in the shotgun, trips off to the near side. Domenico set back, waiting to snap from center. Chevin rolls out to his left. He goes out to his right, has an open lane, gets up to about the 35 and gets dropped at the 36-yard line. He gets sacked, a loss of 5 on that sack.
Yeah, great adjustment there by Coach Solo Soleil. Instead of sitting back and spying the middle linebacker, they actually loop him around and they put the spy into the boundary. So when they let Chevin think that he could have took off into the boundary, there the spy came, took him out. Great play design, great call.
That was number 12, Aaron Fonoimoana Vamu on the sack there. That big 2nd and 15, ball at their own 36-yard line. Chevin in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Domenico is the blocking back. Chevin back to pass. He looks down the field, has Quinn down the field, and he almost had it as he had the 2 yards on Kaniho, but unfortunately he could not bring it in, and that will set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, that one was actually on Fonoimoana this time. And again, you know, on these deep balls, this is the lowest percentage ball that ever gets completed. But the reason you try and keep throwing it is because when this St. Louis team completes it, it's usually a touchdown. Just got to come up with that ball right there. Perfectly thrown ball. You got to make that catch right there.
That was Roman Wilson on the intended receiver on that. 3rd and 15, ball at their own 36-yard line. Trips off to the near side this time as waiting to stop in center. Chevin goes back to pass. Cook is bringing 6, and it's caught and gets up to the 40 as Pinocchi falls forward to about the 42-yard line. Gain of 6 on that 3rd down play.
Yeah, you know what, Ryan? I actually like the play call here. A screen on a 3rd and long. Just try and get back as many yards as you can. Now you get your punter on the field, and you pin these guys back deep.
High percentage play, I agree. And a lot of people remember that tunnel screen last week with Mitchell Quinn where somehow threw nitrous on his shoes and took off the pay dirt. One of the better plays this season.
4th and 9 as Matthew Watkins in for the punt. Gets a high punt. It's fielded at the 24-yard line by number 43. That is Mahi. Mahi gets up to the 40, 45, and gets dragged down at about the 49-yard line of Kahuku. And we're going to take a quick break with the score tied 7-7. We'll be right back, everybody. Actually, we're going to take a look at the replay first. Mahi on the return and gets it up.
Great play, special teams, got to make plays. And they did it right there.
All right.
What I really love about Tahiti and why I love going back is because the water is clear as any water could ever be. And from years and years of rain, it's created amazing water slides naturally in these mountains. When you go there, it feels like Hawaii, how it might have been 200 years ago.
Earn 5 times miles with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
According to the National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. The HHSAA reminds you to #TryWait.
All right, welcome back here. As there, you take a look at the Red Raiders team getting their, I guess their pep talk by Coach Freitas. And simply put, this has been a game that has been a little of this and a little bit of that. Right now, Kahuku is trying to get the momentum back as they will have it first down at midfield. Waiting the snap from center. Soji waits for the snap. And the ball is handed off. And that is Enoch. But they're going to have a late flag down as we have a penalty on the play.
Yeah, looks like it might be a face mask penalty, maybe here by Kila Kamakaviva-Ole.
Referee Scott Smith talking over with his all-star line of referees, and here comes the call.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 40, 15-yard penalty, results in the first down.
They called it on Purcell as I think what he did was he grabbed Enoch's face mask as we check it out here once again.
Yeah, it looks like it happened here. Great job, great penetration, and there it is. You know, it was actually Kila Kamakaviva-Ole trying to make a play, put on the face mask. And again, those type of penalties you can't take because now we just moved. We're flipping the field here, 20 yards.
First and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Soji back to pass. Play action, pump fake, ball down the field, and just overthrows his intended receiver. That was Hefferman in on the fly, but unfortunately he couldn't bring it in. That will make up second down.
Great play call. You know, the new corner comes in, number 21, and they're just trying to take a shot on him on the little hitch and go. And, you know, great heads-up play by the young guy coming in, knowing that they're going to attack him and doing his best that he could to cover Heffernan there.
Right, and that was Cody Heon in the coverage, a name that we have said quite a bit in last year's championship game. He was quite the Johnny-on-the-spot player in that game.
No, absolutely. You know, even with the graduated Rick Sandry, it's all those people that come in at the right times for St. Louis.
Back to live action. Enoch takes it 25, 20, gets to the 15, and gets dragged down at the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness, as he was off to the races there.
Guys, and this is why I celebrated and threw a party when this guy transferred to Kahuku. Simple outside zone. Watch him put his foot in the ground and just get vertical and just gas his defense. St. Louis is not used to giving up these 20, 30-yard runs, and that's a blow right here. That's a big uppercut to this team right here as we continue with the heavyweight fight analogy.
Coach, don't let Coach Ane hear you say that, as he was heartbroken when Enoch transferred over. But we have a late flag there, and that will set the ball back there, I think 15 yards as we hear the Bluebirds. Here comes the call.
Blocking below the waist on the offense, number 71. 15-yard penalty, replay second down.
And again, for both sides right now, you know, big plays are happening, and they're shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Both sides need to clean up these things. Again, you cannot allow the referees to make decisions like this. Clean up, execute your fundamentals of technique, and play good.
Ball will be set at the 45-yard line, so it's going to be first and 25 at the St. Louis 45-yard line. Kahuku sending in their substitutions as they are back there, and Coach Freitas is telling Soji, you need to settle down, and let's see what the next play call is. With 5:46 remaining here, score tied 7-7. Soji has it now with 4 wide receivers. Balance set. Enoch to Soji's right. And St. Louis, they want to blitz. Soji races out, but referees are calling for
Prior to snap,
play.
timeout. Kahuku, that first charge, timeout and a half.
And before the plays, I guess Coach Freitas said timeout. They want to talk things over. Good timeout or bad timeout?
No, absolutely smart decision right now. 2nd and 25. They were rushing to try and get a call in. You don't want to take any more penalty yards or possibly take a tackle for loss or an interception. Stop the game, get them some water, and let's figure out what we're going to do and go execute.
And Ryan, I guess the main question is, if you were Coach Freitas right now, how would you call this next play as they come back onto the field?
You know, they got to be mindful of where they are all on the field. They're in St. Louis territory. They don't need everything at one shot. They can get 5 or 10, set up a 3rd and 15 situation if need be, and try to set themselves up for maybe a possible field goal, but they can't squander that field position. At the worst, they have to nail St. Louis deep.
Absolutely, and as they come back onto the field, they'll have it 2nd and 25 at the St. Louis 45 as the coaches for the Crusaders come off to the field there. And let's see what the next call is as we're getting to the nitty-gritty, guys, at the end of the first half here. Empty backfield once again. Sojay has trips off to the near side this time as he's waiting to snap from center. St. Louis has the 3-man front, but they're rushing 5. Sojay takes off with the ball, 40, 35. Gets out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Gain of 15 on that 2nd down play.
Perfect play call at the perfect moment. It's 2nd and 25. You're on the fringe. You got to get inside to try and get points on the board. They empty out the backfield and they run a quarterback draw, get back all of those penalty yardage. Now it's just 3rd and 10. Now you can make a play call that can be successful here.
They're going to say gain of 14 on that play. The ball is spotted at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 11. And Sojay now has, looks like a 3 tight end set as he's under center. As they're packed in. And he stumbles a little bit, but he looks for an open man. And almost picked off as Junior Wiley was right there. But unfortunately, Sojay couldn't connect with his intended receiver. Mike Tyra was the intended receiver on that play.
Yes, it's just your typical play-action boot play. Sojay is looking for the deep over, but Mr. Wiley is not fooled. He's got to come up with that one right there and turn that ball over, but he forced a punt here.
All right, that's going to be setting up 4th down. Coach Freitas not taking any chances. Brings in Sikopi Latu, who stands at his own 40, at the St. Louis 46-yard line. St. Louis does not have anybody back as they're simply thinking this ball will simply go into the end zone.
And that's dangerous as well because this guy is a really great punter and he can pin that ball back there.
High punt.
Just like he did right there.
And it's going to be down at the, looks like the 5-yard line.
And that's a scary thing against Kahuku. You got all those rugby players and you think that just because he's not a conventional pure pro punter, that was a heck of a kick by that player right there. Pins him back on the 5-yard line. St. Louis has got to go 95 yards.
Ryan, let's take a look here once again.
No, you're right on the money, Coach. You know, Kahuku does have that, a lot of players with rugby background, and that's an essential skill, especially kicking on the run, trying to advance the ball in the sport of rugby. In this case, you flip field position in your favor.
And that was officially a 26-yard punt, no return, as St. Louis takes the field once again. 5:06 remaining here in the first half. Again, the score tied 7-7. Shevin in the shotgun, standing at his own half-yard line, waiting to snap from center. Kahuku is bringing the house. Bull rush. He passes out to Quinn. Quinn catches it. 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. He is gone. Touchdown. 95-yard touchdown. Looking for the flags. There is none. That is a score. St. Louis takes a 13-7 lead, barring the conversion.
Guys, and even though I said that, you know, the deep ball is always the lowest percentage ball that's completed. But when you complete that thing, magic happens. Here we go. It's just a go ball. Best guy versus best guy. St. Louis's best guy beat Kahuku's best guy for a 95-yard touchdown. This kid is something special now, Ryan.
You know, it seems like Mitchell Quinn can gear down when he wants to. He can hit the nitrous when he wants to. And great job judging where that ball is on the fly. That's good skills by the receiver, not only the speed.
Kick of the device set to try the extra point. The kick is up. And gentlemen, it is good. 14-7. Now look at this here. On the near side of the field, we have the St. Louis fans now mocking the Kahuku fans with their version of the tomahawk chop. And oh my, we are in for a dogfight. And when this game is over, someone will walk out the Open Division champions.
You know, guys, I think, you know, St. Louis scoring a touchdown can be an afterthought. You know, I mean, they're top 2 in passing offense. But the way that they scored touchdowns, that is something else. And to have the one guy that has gotten all the highlight footage, the one person, the revelation, in Mitchell Quinn, it's almost a backbreaker. I know it's quite early, but for Money Quinn, that's a drop the mic moment for him.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you can score a 95-yard touchdown in one play, it's demoralizing to any team, no matter who you are. And now, how is Kahuku going to respond here on this next drive?
Matthew Watkins set to kick the ball off, and Kahuku standing back at his own 9-yard line, waiting to return. High kick. Wanoimuono just lets the ball bounce, and it's going to be a touchback. Kahuku will have a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You know, guys, real quickly here, that play from Cordero to Quinn, another HHSAA record broken here today. 95-yard touchdown, broke the old record of Larry Rhodes to Terrence Allums from the 1988 White Knight squad. So I tell you, November 18, 2017, guys, record-breaking and historical.
29-year record gone just like that. Sojay will now lead his Red Raiders up back onto the field. They are now down 14-7 as St. Louis takes their first lead of the game. Sojay trips off to the far side this time. St. Louis has a 5-man front, and the ball is handed off to Enoch. Enoch slips and he falls, and I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is what St. Louis does so well. Like I said, this defense is built for Noah Purcell. So they have everybody occupy a player. It's one-on-one. Noah and Navahine in the hole. Yes, he did slip, but again, 9 times out of 10, I'm putting my money on number 40 there to make a play.
I think what it was Enoch came forward and he just said, oh my goodness, number 40 right there, Noah Purcell, and it was like boom, and that was it.
Out of all the people in the St. Louis defense, why it had to be 4-0?
Sojay back to pass, gets it to Maitar. Maitar gets it at the 25 and gets pulled out of bounds. They're going to say at the 30. He needed 10 guys. He got the 10. That will be another first down.
Again, if you're a Kahuku Raider fan, you have to be pleased with how this Sojay Maiava has grown into a passer. I mean, these are really good concepts that they're running, and he's only a sophomore. There we go, Maraira with the catch, first down, and we keep it rolling.
11 yards in the first Hawaiian Bank first down. 1st and 10 at the own 31-yard line. Trips off to the far side this time as Enoch is the setback. And the ball handed off. No, 6 keeps it. Maiava keeps it. And he falls forward to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 12 on that quarterback keeper.
Just a total X factor here for Kahuku. And you can see the maturity. We talked about this with Marcus Fafara-Padrina in the previous game. Just the maturity that you can see before your eyes. But this is that one play, that quarterback draw. He has such a quick acceleration. He can hit open spaces very quickly. That's a Sojay Maiava everybody knew. And apparently what Jim Harbaugh loves.
1st and 10, ball at the own 41. Maiava got 10 on that first down play. Maiava takes the ball off again, gets to the 45, 50, and he falls forward. They're going to say maybe the 47-yard line. 12 yards on that quarterback draw from Maiava, and that's another first down. Check it out here once again.
Yeah, again, you know, just a drop back. Again, when you're playing cover one, man-free football, nobody accounts for the quarterback running the draw. So this is where teams can hurt St. Louis. We've had some success on it early in the year, and as you can see right now, the old NCAA football game here, Sojay Maiava's star is blinking as an impact player.
Absolutely, as Michigan, they are literally licking their chops, waiting for Maiava to get to Ann Arbor in 2 years. Maiava hands the ball to Enoch. Enoch gets up to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 4 on that first down play.
You know what I love about Enoch Navahine is that he's only a $185, but he runs the football like he's about 250. And the kid has incredible lower body strength. He's dynamic. Yes, he can make you miss. But watch him get behind his pads and just drive his legs and drag a whole pile of those dudes for a gain of 4 yards.
2nd and 6, ball at the St. Louis 43-yard line. Kahuku is on the move on the drive. They have it in St. Louis territory. St. Louis has rushing 4. Maiava gets him. Maitar gets him. Boom! Boxed and hit by Isaiah Tufaga, and oh my, you can hear the fans going ooh, and he gets dropped at, and I think he gets a 1-yard gain on that.
You know what you love about this is, you know, the Tufangas are from the North Shore, you know, and they are true blue Kahuku guys, but both his father Wes and his uncle So'o both attended St. Louis. So you love the little rivalry that's going on right now. That yes, they're transplants from the North Shore, but they're the Lou through and through.
3rd and 5, ball at the St. Louis 42-yard line. St. Louis looks like they want to blitz. They're only rushing 4 as Mayaba has an open man. Alapa catches it at the 26 and gets dropped at about the 21-yard line. Gain of 20 on that 3rd down play.
You know, that was simple busted coverage there by St. Louis. You know, Kahuku trying to face a 4-man rush. Ball was placed very well, but you can see there was holes in the St. Louis defense that shouldn't have been made. Credit Kahuku in recognizing.
1st down and 10, ball at the St. Louis 22-yard line. Mayaba on the option, pitches it out to Enoch. Enoch gets to the 20, the 15, and gets brought down. They're going to say at about the 10-yard line. Gain of 12 on that 1st down play.
Yeah, I'm loving the play calling right now. Coach Mailo, Coach Freitas, just awesome. They put trips into the boundary there, ran speed option into the field, and there it is. They out-leverage you really quickly, put the ball on the edge. They've been pounding up inside. Now get it on the edge and go make plays. Great play calling here in these situations.
Yeah, it's a remix on an old classic there, running the triple option. It was like watching Buli Waipula running that ball down the sideline.
Back to pass once again. Mayaba rolls out to his right, looks for an open man, passes down the field, and incomplete. And I think he was looking for Enoch there, or he couldn't complete it, and thus that will bring up 2nd down.
I'm just again, you know, even though that was an incomplete, I'm thoroughly impressed right now with the passing game, and Soja Mayaba placed that ball right where it needed to be. Crimson's got to come up with that ball right there in the end zone for a score. Got to catch that.
Absolutely, that was intended for Kainoa Crimson. Was the intended receiver. Again, empty backfield. We have Kaniho and we have Nawahini on the near side of the field. Trips off to the far side. And Mayaba looks like he wants to run, but he drops the ball. Let's see who has it, as they are scrambling for the ball. No signal yet. There is a flag down. So St. Louis is saying they have the ball. Well, let's see what the referees say, as they are talking it over. No signal as of yet. Referees are trying to get their players to get back. I think they're going to say Kahuku maintains possession, but they're going to mark a penalty off. St. Louis is insisting that they have the ball.
There was no fumble on the play. Runner was down. Holding, offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty. And 2nd down.
But it looks like Kahuku does maintain possession, but the penalty was on Kahuku, and that does put the ball back at the 26-yard line. As a result of the penalty, it is a 16-yard penalty there.
Like I said earlier, masters of the counter punch. Every time Kahuku's come out in an empty set, it's been a quarterback draw. So guess what they did? They walked everybody up into every gap. He had no chance to run the play, and that's what caused that holding play to move him back.
2nd and 26 as Mayaba again back to pass. He looks, gets out, fires it, intended for Hefferman, but it can't connect, and that will set up a 3rd down.
You know, the degree of difficulty was very hard there. Right-handed thrower, had momentum, rolling left, tries to throw across the body. And every time when the ball goes off the mitts of a receiver, you always have that tip drill possibility. And St. Louis could have been opportunistic if it was near them, but Kahuku very fortunate.
Yeah, we'll set up 3rd and 26, ball at the 26. This is 3rd and goal, gentlemen. And Soje has it. He has a balanced set. Enoch in the backfield. Soje pumps, has an open man. It's caught, and oh my, as he gets dropped at about the 2-yard line. Gain of 24 on that play. That was Crimson on the reception.
You know, yeah, looked like there might have been a busted coverage there because Crimson was wide open down the seam. And he comes up big on the play here, puts it on the 2-yard line for them.
It's going to be, they're actually going to spot it at the 3-yard line, 4th down. I think there was a timeout called. Right now, Coach Freitas, do you go for it? Perhaps maybe try to get a touchdown before halftime. Take a chance that, you get in for the touchdown, or do you kick the field goal?
Yeah, I'll kick the field goal. Kahuku has toiled here on this drive. Penalties have set him back. It is 4th and goal at the 3. You got to take the points. You got to reward the offense for really grinning and bearing it on this drive against a very aggressive St. Louis defense. But on that last play, the big credit, I think, has to be going to the right guard, Saliba Toilupe, who put a cracking block on Tui Tele, enabled that passing lane for Soje Mayaba.
Guys, I think they are going to go for it because I don't see Sikopi Latu coming onto the field, and they will go for it here as they have their I formation. They have 2 tight ends to the right as they're waiting to snap from center. They have their big power lineup as Latu, the front back, as they're running the option. Pitches out to Enoch. Enoch gets met, and they get dropped. And that does set a second. It turns the ball over on downs. St. Louis will have it as we come back onto the field with 25 seconds remaining here. Coach Mafala, your thoughts on that last play?
You know what? I don't disagree with going for it if it's on 4th down. It's championship football. Now, maybe the play call could have been differently, but hey, we're over here trying to go win a football game. The best part is you're protected by a half. You go in and score. If hey, it's a riverboat gamble. They came up on a short end, but there are no more games next week, so you got to pull out all the stops when you can.
Absolutely, and guys, this has just been one big, huge dogfight. As I think Shevin is going to kneel, and they're going to go into the half with the 1 touchdown advantage. As we take a look at here, Shevin is definitely going to kneel. Quickly, as we come into half, Brian, we're going to start with you. Your thoughts?
Well played game. I predicted a 28-21 type of score here. Kahuku's defense came to play. They were able to seize the momentum. Very important first score for Kahuku, capitalizing off the turnover and really setting the tone here for the first half. But credit the #1 team in the state. St. Louis did their thing.
All right, Coach Mafala, your turn. What is your thoughts as we come into the second half?
Well, before we move on, I think what happened there is the offensive staff for Kahuku thought it was 1st and goal on the 3-yard line, which is why they elected to go for it, because I saw them arguing with the refs. So to go further on that, it's just execution. They got to know the situation. They should have known that it was 4th and 3 right there, and that they should have probably kicked the field goal and went, or had a better play call on 4th and 3, and that's going to be the story of this game. Now, going into it, both sides are masters of adjustments. So let's see who's going to out-adjust who coming out for the second half.
All right, gentlemen, for our Jumbotron crew and for Ryan Nagano, the coach, Abu Ma'afala, and Thomas Data Jr., I'm Robert Radley. We'll see you in second half action, everyone. St. Louis up 14-7. You're watching Stadium Stars Sports.
Being a champion is not easy. It takes focus, dedication, and above all, a cool head. But you know, retirement has its benefits.
I love my Fujitsu. All right, good evening, everyone, as we are in the second half. 2 quarters left to go, where we will crown a new Open Division champion. Last year was the St. Louis Crusaders. Will they repeat? Joining me on the broadcast booth tonight for the second half is Ryan Nagano. Ryan, I guess, are they going to repeat? Well, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, St. Louis definitely is gaining the momentum away, especially after Kahuku did some pretty good damage in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and we are the kickoff from Matthew Watkins goes deep into the end zone, and Kahuku will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Basically, this has been a story of basically Kahuku taking over that first quarter, St. Louis taking over that second quarter, and simply put, we are here for a dogfight here in the second half here. And Soji Mayaba leads his team out onto the field. And he has his Red Raider team. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. I formation set. Soji Mayaba in the shotgun. Ball is handed out to Enoch. Enoch gets forward to about the 21-yard line. Gain of 1 on that first down play. And he gets stopped, and I believe we are going to take a look at it again on the replay. Enoch, simple handoff, gets behind his line, but he gets dropped immediately after a 1-yard gain. Or they're going to give him 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8, ball on the 22-yard line. We're just getting underway here in the second half. Again, St. Louis up 14-7. Soji back to pass. He looks, and it looks like they're going to rule that a catch as Thornton Alapa gets it at the 30-yard line. Gain of 8 on that. Making the stop for St. Louis is number 3, Kai Kaneshiro. As we take a look at it here once again, Ryan.
You know, Alapa has been big as Kahuku's leading receiver in this contest. Remember, he's the backup quarterback, but they often use him as a possession receiver.
Absolutely, and here we go. That is another personal line bank first down. 1st and 10. Again, I formation. Kai Alapa hands the ball to Enoch. Enoch dances around and falls forward to about the 31-yard line. Gain of 1 on that play.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding to run against this St. Louis interior defense, especially with Noah Purcell being the middle linebacker. Check it out here on the replay again. Every time Nawahine bounces to the inside, he beats number 40 for St. Louis.
They're going to say gain of 1 on that play, so it'll make up 2nd and 9. Ball at the 31-yard line. Soji again in the shotgun, waiting the snap from center. Enoch, the deep back. We have Latu, the up back. Play action. And he has an open man. Koinoi Monabamwe, he has it in his fingertips, but he could not bring it in. And that will set up a 3rd down play. Oh, my goodness, Ryan, as he had 2 yards on his nearest defender there.
Yep, they took a shot against the backup corner, Cody He, who's in for the injured Kama Moore. We'll check it out here on the replay. Nice heave downfield. And you're right, Rob. He did have a step or 2 over Mr. He.
And that will set up a 3rd and 9. Ball again at their own 31-yard line. We have Mayaba has trips off to the far side this time. Enoch is the setback. Waiting the snap from center. Hefferman to the near side of the field. High snap as he looks over. And Mike Tyrer cannot bring it in. And we're going to get a late flag, as I think we're going to get a personal foul penalty on the Crusaders. And Coach, we have Coach Mahafala just joining us here. That was just a simple big hit there.
Yeah.
Take a look at it here on the replay there.
Good throw, you know, the hard part there, you know, is a great job. Hey, he led with the shoulder. You know, you hope that they don't make it a targeting call, because, you know, that's as coaches, you try to teach them to lead with the shoulder, to aim low more for the hips and the shoulder area. You know, I hope it becomes a no call.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to take a quick injury timeout. We'll be right back.
Sorry, I made the mistake of trying to go get coffee.
There's no foul for a hit on a defenseless receiver. The action during the play is considered legal. Pitcher's timeout for injury.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody, as we have an injured player on the field.
After midnight.
All right, welcome back here as Cody He literally took a whooping there on that last play, and he gets a big hand from the fans as he comes off to the field here. Kahuku will have it, fourth down. They are in point formation as Sikopi Latu is standing at his own 15-yard line. Back to receive, I believe that is Mitchell Quinn. He's standing at his own 37, fields it at the 37-yard line. Takes off with the ball, and he's brought down by Mahe, number 43, and he brings it back to about the 43-yard line. Again, this is a case of, did Coach lead during the halftime? Did he have the Energizer batteries put in St. Louis?
Yeah, you know, I think they started to feel that swing here. You know, come out, 3 and out, and now they punt the football, and they're right in position, putting their high-octane offense back on the field to go try and score some more points.
All right, Coach, as Shevin leads his team out into the field, we hear on the far side of the field, Kahuku fans are shouting for the defense. Balance set, Tomanico to the setback, waiting to snap from center. Kahuku looks like they have a 6-man. They're bringing 6 men, but they drop back 4. And the ball is caught by Reyes Hackney, and Reyes Hackney gets pushed out of bounds. They're going to say at the 44-yard line. Gain of 13 on that first down play, Coach, as we check it out here once again.
Yeah, you know, Chev doing a great job of seeing where the open receiver is. It looks like they just ran a simple slant-flat combination, and nobody was there for yards before they hit him.
1st and 10, this time at the Kahuku 43-yard line. Shoving back to pass. He fires it, has an open man down the field, and just overthrows Mitchell Quinn, who had about 1.5 yards on his nearest defender there, Ryan.
Yeah, the way Mitchell Quinn has been running these past few weeks, you figure that any ball thrown to him, he'll catch. But we'll see it here on the replay. Good blitz pickup there by Mashima, the running back, enables Cordero to get a throw downfield. Just a bit too long for Quinn.
2nd and 10, a ball at the 43-yard line. And Cordero back to pass. It's caught by Byer. Byer gets into the 40 and gets to the 35, the 30, 25, and it gets dropped at the 21-yard line.
And again, like we talk about execution, a big thing on defense is you got to tackle. 2 missed tackles on that play right there, and St. Louis will make you pay dearly. Just a simple out cut by the inside receiver. 1 missed tackle there, another missed tackle there, and all of a sudden a 6-yard catch becomes a 15-yard gain.
That's another person running first down. 1st and 10 on the 21. Shoving again, quick pass. I believe that is Byer once again. Byer gets pulled out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Gain of 7 on that first down play.
Yeah, you see Nihi Pauly there on the stop for Kahuku, but looks like St. Louis is in a bit of a rhythm here with Cordero and his receivers, especially Chance Byer. I mean, out of all of his targets, he has at least 5 receivers that have 20 catches or more this season.
2nd and 4, play action. The ball is caught by this time by Nishigaya. Nishigaya falls forward, and they're going to say he needed 3. I think he got the 3 as the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line. Let's check it out.
Yeah, this is a great adjustment here that they made. You traditionally don't see St. Louis running the bubble screen, but here they go and they block two guys with one, and they just allow their guy. They're just trying to move the sticks and put it in a manageable down and distance, 3rd and 1, anything an offensive coordinator could ask for.
Cordero again in the shotgun, waiting the snap from center. Domenico is the blocking back. Trips off to the far side this time. Roman Wilson to the near side, waiting the snap from center. Cordero looks off, has an open lane, gets to the 10, falls forward to about the 7-yard line. Gain of 5 on that 3rd down play.
Great heads-up play by Chev, but he's got to be careful here. I know he's doing his darndest to try and make a play, but there toward the end of the play, he doesn't have 2 hands on the football. So easily, like we saw in the first 2 games, balls will just come popping out if we're not protecting the football. But great heads-up play, converted a 1st down. 1st and goal.
That's another 1st and 1 bank 1st down. Again, Chev has it in the shotgun. Balance set. Domenico the blocking back. Chev looks off to his right. Looks off to his left. He races out. Gets out of 1. Gets an open lane. Fires it. And they're going to say incomplete as Chance Byer had it. But they're going to say incomplete.
Great scramble play by Cordero. Using all of his tools. Check it out here on the replay. You see the tail end of the play wrapped up. Still tries to get a,
Good call as
Good call.
It did show it was trapped. Second and goal at the 7-yard line. Again, balance set. Domenico is the blocking back, waiting the snap from center. Kahuku looks like low snap, and Cordero was lucky to keep the ball as the ball literally was on the ground there. And that is a loss of 7 on that play. It should set up 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. Check it out here once again, Coach.
Yeah, just a fumbled snap there. You know, got to pick that up. And this is where you got to be careful because any little misstep in this game can swing the momentum either way for either team.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. 3rd and goal. Trips off to the near side this time. You have Mitchell Quinn all by himself off to the far side of the field. Let's see what the call is as Kahuku is showing blitz once again. And the pass is caught by Domenico. Domenico falls forward. And he's still on his feet. But they're going to say, he's still on his feet. But they're going to say he stopped at about the 11-yard line. Gain of 2 on that play.
See big Samson Reed there making the stop, made a proper read. And St. Louis tried going for a high percentage pass, taking advantage of Kahuku's aggressive defense, but it was that tip pass that made it possible for Kahuku to stop St. Louis.
That was literally a Braun Strowman WWE type of stop there, and that does set up 4th down as Jacob Tobias set to try what looks like a 28-yard field goal. Out of the hold of Isaiah Tupaga set, ball set, the kick is up, and it's good. St. Louis extends their lead to 17-7 with 6:32 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Wow, that's all I can say as St. Louis had a good drive on that last play.
But you got to give hats off to Kahuku's defense here because St. Louis was moving the football. They were getting into the rhythm. You know, you get a missed snap here, a tip ball here, and all of a sudden it turns into a field goal instead of a touchdown.
And there the kick from Tobias was simply right down the middle. And that's money there, guys. And St. Louis has that 10-point lead with 6:32 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Now, we talked about Coach Lee talking to his team, during halftime. Coach Freitas, what was his advice to his team if you were his coaching Kahuku right now?
Again, I think for him, they're making plays, but all their big plays are getting hampered by penalties. So it's got to be about executing your fundamentals and techniques, playing smart, not letting our emotions take over us, and just playing Kahuku football, and that's it.
All right, Matthew Watkins set the kickoff from the 40. And they're going to kick the ball off to Kahuku. Let's see if we're going to get another usual touchback from Watkins as if the kick is high. Poinoimoanabamu just says, you know what, I'll just touch back. And the ball, Kahuku will have it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. And Kahuku will have it as they come back onto the field here. Let's see what adjustments Coach Freitas made during halftime, as Kahuku will have it 1st and 10.
You know, so far the story, or a big story for Kahuku's offense, is Soja Mayava. I know we talked about him a lot in pregame and during the course of the game. 10 for 19, 113 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He even got 9 carries for 58 on the ground. This is the dual threat quarterback that everyone has given high praise and high hopes for.
Ball handed off to Enoch Nawahine on the first play there, and he's brought down by number 94. That's Stanley McKenzie, making the stop after what looks like a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, you know, what's interesting to me is you can see Kahuku a little bit taking a page out of Narbonne's playbook and widening the splits a little bit. Narbonne had a lot of success with that. Obviously, if you can get 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards a pop on this defense, you're doing pretty good running the football.
6:04 remaining here in the third quarter. Again, St. Louis has a 17-7 lead. Mayava waiting the snap from center. He looks out to his it's caught by Alapa at the 30, gets it up to the 35, and he falls forward to about the 37-yard line.
Again, just another great throw, impressed by this young quarterback. Now he's 11 for 20, thrown for about 120. I mean, when was the last time we heard Soja Mayava threw for those many yards against a staunch defense like this?
You don't. And that does set up another first down, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Again, I formation, 2 tight ends. Mayava waiting the snap from center. And the ball is intercepted by Tupaga. Tupaga gets to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And that is a touchdown. Well, it looks like to be a 32-yard interception return. And St. Louis increases their lead to 23-7, barring the extra point.
I don't know if you noticed, but St. Louis, Coach Tufanga just put the turnover chain on his son Isaiah for that pick 6 right there. You gotta love the swag that the Lou's bringing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Great read there by Tufanga. Tufanga usually known for his hard hits, but he's able to make a huge play and the biggest play. Remember, he had that fumble recovery on Kessie Ahoy when Kahuku was knocking on the door in the fourth quarter. That turned the game around. Number 2 is number 1 on that play.
Guys, we have a new holder as Mitchell Quinn is now holding for Jacob Tobias. And the ball is down, the kick is up, and it's good. St. Louis increases their lead to 24-7 with 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter. And we will take a quick break, everyone. We'll be right back.
I always envisioned Patagonia being this mystical land, sort of a forgotten place. The landscape and just all the dynamics of the water, the way it moved, it just seemed so different than anywhere I'd ever been. Almost like it was the land before time.
Earn 5 times miles with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
According to the National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. The HHSAA reminds you to #TryWait.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hawaiian Tail Frederick Creating Food at Aloha Stadium. I'm Robert Rabideau. Again, we have the coach, Abu Ma'afala, and Ryan Nagano. Ryan, like I said, the tail last year, it was St. Louis keen in on the turnovers made by Kahuku. So far, it looks like Coach Lee has just turned on the Energizer Bunny and let him run wild on Kahuku's team. If you're Coach Freitas right now, I know this is your first year, what do you tell your team right now?
Well, I think he needs to understand that this is probably the biggest drive of the season right now. Down 17. This is where the deep waters happen. And it's now tread or drown here for Kahuku. It's going to start with Mayaba. He has to shake off that interception. I know he's a much more mature quarterback than he was last year. And he can prove it on this next drive.
Watkins with the high kick. Panoi Moanabamu just lets the ball bounce into the end zone, and Kahuku will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line when they come back. Just like I said, Coach Ma'afala, this has just been a tale of a big heavyweight fight. You know, I know you've been on the other end of Coach Lee's team, and simply put, St. Louis is owning it so far tonight.
Absolutely. This is always, you know, St. Louis is a second half team. Even though you might feel it in the first half, that coaching staff is great at making adjustments. And right now we're seeing the fruits of all that hard work that those coaches put in and week out.
You know, I was talking to Coach Ron Lee, you know, before the game, and Coach Lee, you know, stresses the balance of the offense, and they have been doing it so far in this game. And that, you know, the defense has just been taking it to Mayava. As we come back to live action, Mayava takes it on first down, and he gets it up to what looks like to be the 27, maybe 28-yard line. 7-yard gain there, Coach.
Yeah, just a stretch play. Again, they're just trying to ground themselves right now, both figuratively and literally, keeping the ball on the ground, let one of their best players run the football, and just move the chains that way.
Gain of 8 for Nawahine is going to set up a 2nd and 2. Ball at the 28-yard line. It's 5 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. St. Louis up 24-7. Again, I formation, 2 tight ends as Mayava waiting to stop from center. Ball is handed out to Nawahine once again. Nawahine falls forward, and he gets to the 34-yard line. He needed 2, got 6 on the second down play, and that will be another first and 1 bank first down.
Yeah, you know, this is a great job. You know, just getting first downs like we talk about, getting 3 first downs in each series that you get. You know, just a nice downhill weak lead, cuts it back. Like you said, turns a 2-yard gain into a 6-yard gain with yards after contact.
First and 10 ball at the 34-yard line. Again, Nawahine takes it and just gets smashed there, but he gets up to the 38-yard line. Isaiah Tufaga in on the stop there, and that will set up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, this looks like another Noah Purcell cartouche here, if I have to borrow that parlance from Dr. Price. You see here, Nawahine, he's running angry right now. I know he's a senior. He's feeling the urgency right now. And that is a good start there for Kahuku on this drive.
They're going to give him 5 on that first down play. 2nd and 5, ball at their own 39-yard line. Again, I formation, 2 tight ends. Play action. And Alapa is open, but he can't connect. And looking for flags. They are going to get St. Louis, and that was Casey Zani. It looks like pass interference on Zani on that play.
Yeah, you know, they're just running second and 5, trying to take a shot here. Ran a corner route there. You know, the DB's got to be more disciplined and just keep his hands off, because Sojay did overthrow that ball by a lot, and it would have been incomplete and put him in 3rd and 5.
Number 7, 15-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Definitely what referee Scott Smith says, pass interference, as we check it out here once again.
Yeah, like we said, the rush was in his face, so Sojay had to pull up, and he couldn't really throw the ball like he wanted to. The thing went long, a little bit ducky there. Got to make a better play there, number 7, and stay off of the receiver.
Ball now spotted in St. Louis territory at the 46-yard line. Again, 1st and 10. Mayava in the shotgun, waiting to snap from center. Ball is handed off, and that is 33 this time. And he gets on to the 25, the 20-yard line. That would be West Low Mayava, the other Mayava, who gets a huge gain, and he's out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 27 yards on that run there, Coach.
Yeah, guys, just a simple lead play, body on a body, out physical those guys. This is uncharacteristic of a St. Louis defense. Good heads-up deal, getting out of bounds and stopping the clock.
1st and 10 on the St. Louis 19-yard line. Again, Mayava in the shotgun. He hands the ball off to Alo Mayava once again, and he gets met after what looks like a 2-yard gain, making the stop for St. Louis's Purcell, as well as number 43, Taiwu on that. Let's check it out here once again.
Yeah, just an outside stretch play, and this is the most dangerous part about playing against his defense, is when you try to cut it back inside on an outside stretch play, those guys are pursuing down the line, and they're coming to hit you.
And also Michael Malapai in also as well. 2nd and 9, gain of 1 for Alo Mayava. Sojay Mayava in the shotgun. Ball is play action. Mayava rolls out to his right, fires it, and incomplete. We're going to have a late flag there, as Latu was the intended receiver.
I thought Mayava had several men in the end zone there that were open.
Initial call is going to be ineligible receiver down the field. That will set the Kahuku Red Raiders back. And here comes the call.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
And it definitely was indeed an ineligible receiver, and that sets Kahuku back some yards back. The ball is now spotted at the 24-yard line. Loss of 6 on that penalty should set up a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I love the play call there, and with the team speed, the defensive speed that St. Louis has, like Ryan, you were saying, there were guys open that he's got to get rid of that football. He can't wait and wait and wait. He's waiting for that backside crossover route, and that's probably like their last option when he had a guy in the flat and a guy in the corner of the end zone that he probably could have scored with there.
2nd and 14, ball at the St. Louis 23-yard line. 2:58 remains here in the third quarter. Again, St. Louis up 24-7. Mayava play action. Has an open man. It's caught. And that is looks like a touchdown. Alo Mayava, Westside Alo Mayava, 23-yard touchdown reception from Soji Mayava. And that cuts the lead to 24-13, barring the conversion.
Yeah, Ryan, you said it earlier. The good and bad part of this St. Louis defense is that when they start running those pick wheel routes, guys are wide open. And you're going to see Alo Mayava wide open down the seam. Completion on Kila Kamakaviva Ole. Great touch, great catch. They're right back into this football game. They got to go out and have a solid defensive series now.
Duke Hefferman set to try the extra point out of the hold of Kaniho. Waiting to stop from center. Ball is down. The kick is up. And it's good. And Kahuku cuts the St. Louis lead to 24-14 with 2:52 remaining here in the third quarter.
All I got to say is game on, folks. We have just encroached into the midnight hour here, making history once more. Our first midnight game in the state title for any sport.
And it's only the third quarter, guys.
And we're not done yet. The best is yet to come.
Absolutely not. But again, great response here. That is definitely a true response of a champion. Kahuku, 8 HHSA titles in the tournament era. And they're playing like it here. They got hit in the mouth, and now they've hit back. Let's see what St. Louis does here on this next drive.
I'm looking over at the Kahuku sideline. They have the tomahawk chop in full force as they are now, the fans are back into this as they cut the lead to 10 points there. And simply put, gentlemen, when this game is over, we will have a new Open Division champion once again. Sikopi Latu set to kick the ball off. Back to receive for St. Louis. They're standing at their own 7-yard line. Ball is taken by Roman Wilson at the 12. Gets up to the 20, 25. Tries to get to the outside and is brought down at the 27-yard line. Making the stop for Kahuku is number 31. That's Sikopi Latu, the kicker, and making the tackle.
Yeah, again, with that rugby type of background, there is an 11th guy on that kickoff coverage team, and usually you don't ever really have that. So it's a nice luxury to have. Great job by the big man right there.
In the game against Waianae last week, Latu on several of the kickoffs, he was the first man in there on making a lot of stops, and that is a huge plus for Kahuku. St. Louis will come back onto the field to have a 1st and 10. Let's see what Coach Lee has to answer that last Kahuku score. Shevin back to pass. He looks, has excellent blocking, takes off with the ball, gets to the 30, 35, 40, and it's brought down at the 44-yard line. Oh, my.
And again, I talked about St. Louis's team defense speed, but Kahuku's team defensive speed is also incredible. What everybody needs to understand is this is what this kid does. So anytime you can close on him and not let him get a big gain of 25 or more or go score a touchdown, you've done your job when Shevin scrambles.
The other Punoi Moana Bamu making the stop. And again, that's 1st and 10. That's a person winding back first time. Shevin back to pass. It's caught by Byer at the 45. Gets out of bounds, and they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Gain of 5 on that first down play.
This is what makes St. Louis so dangerous, is that Kahuku is playing in a soft zone right now because they don't want to give up the big ball. But these inside slot